All right, multiplying whole number notes. So getting into this, when multiplying whole numbers together, we get an answer called the product. Now, the two numbers or any amount of numbers that are multiplied together to get a product are called factors. Now, I have an example here of like 9 times 2 equals 18. Well, 9 and 2 are factors, and then 18 would be your product. All right. So now, in the second row of a 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication problem, you must put a 0 in the ones place because there's no value there. So what I mean by that is if I have 84 times 33, I do my 4 times 3, which is 12, put my 2 down, carry the 1. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1 is 25. Now, I like to cross out what I've already used for carrying, and then I have to cross this number out and put that 0 there to hold its place value. So now I move over to the tens place, and I do 3 times 4, which is 12. 8 times 3, which is 24, plus 1 is 25. And then I would add everything up. All right, so the most important part of this example is this 0 right here for holding that place value. Now, if we move on to the next piece, we have a question of when writing a multiplication problem on paper, we use a dot between the numbers instead of the x. Now, what I'm talking about here is I am now, from here on out, going to write the problem as 9 times 2 equals 18. Using that dot instead of the x is important because as we progress through like 6th grade math and get into algebra, the x will often simplify a variable, and that's going to be an issue if you use that or think of it as a multiplication. You can actually, in your Google Doc, type with a dot by going Insert, Equation, and if I wanted to type this, I would do 9, come up here to Miscellaneous Operations, use the dot, 2 equals 18. And then I can just click away, and there it is. 9 times 2 equals 18. So you can do that in a Google Doc, but you cannot do it in a Google form. So if we ever take a quiz or something on there, we will actually use an asterisk which is created by doing Shift 8. And so a lot of times you will actually know, or you'll have seen that before, it's a star. So we can type a problem as if it were 9 times 2 equals 18. All right, so that would also be an acceptable way. Some words we can associate with word problems are the word product, altogether, you could have in all, equal groups, and then probably two of the easiest ones of double and triple. And those are some words that we could common associate with a multiplication word problem. So moving on to our examples here. 93 times 42. So 93 times 42. Start in my ones place. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 9 is 18. So I write that down because it's the end. Cross out that 2. Put a 0 to hold your place value. Move to the tens. 4 times 3, which is 12. And then finish up with 9 times 4, which is 36. Remember, this is plus 1 for 37. Add everything up. 8 plus 2 is 10. 2 plus 7 is 9. So 3,906 ends up being your final answer. I'm going to do the next problem here. Up here, so I'm going to do 371 times 68. 8, then I get 8 times 7, which is 56. And then 8 times 3, 24, plus 5 is 29. I like to cross this out. Make sure I cross out my 8. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 4 is 22. Adding 6 plus 6 is 12. 10, 12. 5, 2. So 25,228 ends up being the answer for the second example. And the last example that we have is 321 times 567. Now, it doesn't matter. We can put the bigger one on top if you want to, but it's not necessary. So 321 times 567. Starting my multiplication. 4 carry my 1. 7 times 3 is 21. Plus 1 is 22. Cross out that 7. Put your 0 to hold your place value. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 1 is 19. Cross this out. Now, because I crossed that out, I need to put 2 zeros to hold the place value for both the ones and the tens place. Move over to the hundreds place. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. And then 5 times 3, 15. Plus 1 is 16. Adding everything together. 7, 9, 10. 9 and 1 is 10, plus 2 is 12. So 182,007 ends up being your final answer. And that's the end of the multiplying notes with examples. Good luck with your assignment. Please let me know if you have any questions.